Hello everyone, my name is Chris. I've been collecting for 19 and a half years, and this is my first video. I'd like to show everyone my Transformers collecting room and a little bit background of myself. I grew up in the 80s. Between my brother and I, we had a total of about 10 figures and sets. We weren't all big on all just Transformers, but we were just into everything else. We got whatever our parents could buy us, whatever they could afford. So I grew up out of toys, going into high school and all that, and then in 2002, I'm shopping at my local video store, and I came across this right here. It was the original Transformers animated series. This was volume 1 of 5, and when I saw this, I just rekindled a lot of memories of my childhood growing up in the 80s and all the awesome toys we grew up around. And when I saw this, I just came to the conclusion Transformers was the best toy franchise ever. So I bought this, but I wasn't into the toys just yet. I was aware of the toys, but I bought the whole volumes, all 5. And then about 3.5 years later, in October 2005, I bought my first Transformer figure, the Ricochet with Nightstick here. And this was really my first toy that I was getting into, and I just got hooked after that, and I got hooked into the G1 stuff. But so this is the accumulation of my collecting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk through this room real quick, just to show off real quick a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go back and just talk about some figures here. So this room real quick is, I've had this collection here for 3.5 years. Finally, this room was the first time I ever got a chance to display my figures, and I just got to say I'm very, very happy with the way things turned out. So this first display case is all pre-Transformers. I'll explain it a little bit more. You see, there's a mix of stuff here, some knockoffs and stuff like that, but I'll go back and talk about it more. And then my vintage toys, my 86, sorry, this is my 84 through 86 stuff right here mainly. And yeah, just going through, I mean, like I said, I'm just really happy the way things turned out. And then here we got the next one. We got my diorama display. It's just a homage to the animated series and the 86 movie. So you see a little bit of mix of a little bit modern figures, vintage, 3D printed, some knockoff stuff, third-party stuff, and yeah, it looks. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. Here's where I keep my books, my paperwork, Transformer-related stuff, what I accumulated so far. And then here we go, the rest of the stuff. All right. I'll talk more about, again, more of my stuff. This is my 86 through 88 figures. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky. And all these ones so far, all Hasbro releases. And then this is the final Hasbro display case. All the 88 through 90 figures. And then, of course, it didn't just stop there. Got into the Japanese stuff. So this is all my vintage merchandise from Japan, and also G1 Japanese exclusive stuff. Not as nicely displayed because of just lack of room and space, but it's what I got. I got everything. Just missing a few, but I'll talk more about it when I come back. And here's my boxes. But everything, about 10 boxes are empty. Their figures are out here displayed, but everything else, there's figures inside. And so my goal's always been to complete the G1 line, but I also got into the reissues, the repaints. So that's what a lot of this stuff is here. And then here's some more stuff. And here's World's Smallest Transformers right here. Just a little bit. I just love these guys. They're just so cool. Even though they're not vintage, they're pretty nice detailed figures. There's the rest of my G1 stuff, some Latin American and European, Australian exclusives. And then we move on to G2. Yeah, these are pretty awesome too. I really love this. I just love all these figures. I'm just a fanatic. What can I say? Then here's some repaints, retools, reuses of the G1, G2 molds over the years. With a little extra figures, but hey, here's my many of my repaints, more repaints, reissues over the years. A lot of Japanese stuff. Here's some mainly reissues down here. Some sleeping bags. And then here's my knockoff display. This is not all of it, all of my knockoffs, but just select stuff that I have that fit in here. And a little bit of generic 1980s robots and some 3D printed Matrix of Leadership, some merchandise in here. And then here is my thing that probably the only thing that kind of stands out is the Battle Beast collection, but again, I'll walk through and explain what's going on here. Battle Beast and some Beast Saga down here. Okay, and then last is my merchandise. I've only recently got into the merchandise, but really hardcore, about 6 months ago. And there's just so much out there. And this is what I've got so far. There's just so much stuff. And that I had to pack it in some boxes in here. But I'm still going at it, still trying to get some more stuff. And then a little bit more stuff in there. And some stuff I need to sell off. All right, so I'll go back through here. So again, this room I started off about 3 years ago, but 3.5 years ago. And the reason I got these, my main focus was always Transformers, but the reason I started buying the pre-Transformer stuff here was because when I was thinking about setting up this room, I thought, you know what, I got to pay some homage to the pre-Transformers. So as you guys know, some of this stuff is just so expensive. So I just decided to go the mixed way. So this is a collection of vintage Takara stuff, some G1 stuff, vintage knockoffs, modern reissues, modern knockoffs, hand casts, uh, accessories and figurines, and custom painted figures. So, all right, so here we go. So here you see some of my other many of the figures here I got. Yeah, most of this stuff I've got just within the last 3-4 years. I really wasn't trying to get this stuff. I was really mostly concentrated on G1 stuff, Transformers. But again, I just needed to show some love to the pre-Transformers, so where the figures came from, and that's my main focus, my main reason to buy this mixture of figures. So, and here's some car robots. 5 out of these car robots are vintage. The rest are a mix of reissues and customs and modern knockoffs. And try to pair them up with their pilot, the correct color pilot. And I'm missing about 25 of these little figurines, so I just need some knockoff figurines or some customs, and I'd be really happy. Yeah, so my most recent purchase was the black tracks right there. That's actually an original reissue, and I got really lucky on that guy. He's just missing his missiles, but got a really good deal. You see there's some Hasbro painted figures that were never original to the Takara stuff, so but that's all right. Here's some Mecha Warriors with some Hasbro stuff. Knockoff watches with some original watch Q. Some Insecticons with some pilots. Mixture right here. Some, I don't think there's just a couple G1 stuff, but most of it is reissue or knockoff here. But again, that's what this is, just a mix of stuff. Some original Diaclone Joestra carded figures. All my Dino knockoff stuff, vintage, some vintage knockoffs. I had to throw the Multi-Force robots in there. There's such an awesome figure. Just to show what else was out there available. Mix. And here's some my micro change stuff, knockoffs mainly. Some reissue stuff. I really dig the knockoff cassette man. It's pretty cool. And then here's some Omega Supreme. I guess I think there's 2 of these are original. I think from Toy Box, and I got 1 knockoff. And I got 2 of the knockoff, vintage knockoff pre-Transformer construction robots. They're Diaclone colors. They're pretty cool. Some pre-Transformer knockoff world back there. Some Microman cassette vehicles. And I got a vintage micro change gun, a Browning in there, and then the knockoff on top. So this is my Diaclone stuff, my pre-Transformer stuff. It's all right. And this is my 84 through 86. A few things about my G1 stuff. All my fingers in here are 100% complete, all original, except for this guy over here, the Black Prime. But I'll get back to that one. All my figures are complete, just missing miscellaneous paperwork, which I'm working on. So, yeah, a lot of stuff here. Okay, so I got a blue figure. I got my smooth bumper with blue accessory and blue roller prime. That's the only box prime I got. Got the stamp snarl. Got the shampoo bottle here. I got an extra custom Marlboro Wheeljack. This is one of my favorites right here. Definitely not cool. Okay, so my figures here, I got them. I really like the way they came out, nicely organized. So I got my mini bots up here. I got my Melloways, and I got the watch right here. I just got about 1.5 years ago. I've always wanted that watch. Really happy. Smoke screen watch in the back. I got some mini spies. There was a total of 4 molds, made in 3 different colors, and they could be Autobots or Decepticons. So I got 24 figures there, plus some extras in the back. And then my primes, I was not really into the variants because just there's so much stuff out there. But I figured, you know what, I had to go into the prime variants just a little bit. So I had to go, and this is what I got. So I got the first one here is the metal plates, bloated accessories, gray roller and missile prime. This was the smooth bumper with the light blue interior trailer with the light blue roller, just like the one in the box up there. Then this is a T4, a T5, and a T6 down here, prime. And then all my Autobot cars. So you'll also see, forget to mention, you'll also see occasional third-party accessories here, accessories that didn't belong to the G1 line, third-party stuff again. And that's mainly just for added enhanced play value and all that good stuff. So like here, my Ratchet and Ironhide, they have the gear for toys add-on, and that's just such an awesome set. I definitely recommend getting it for those guys. It definitely changes the way they look. So Autobots and my Dinobots. My cassettes with a few third-party cassettes in there. This is the custom hand-cast buggy. I forgot what the name was, but it was cast in blue to go with Ultra Magnus. That one came out. The original one was red, like this one in here, in my Diaclone colored Ultra Magnus. And but when they released in Hasbro, they just took it out. They were just being cheap. So, and that's my Autobots right here, and my Decepticons here. You see, I have 3 sets of Insecticons, and that's mainly because they didn't make enough Decepticons versus the Autobots. So in the cartoons, they multiplied, so I figured I'll just add some extra stuff in there, extra sets, and it came out pretty well. There's a Reflector and Deluxe Insecticons, Soundwave with his minions, and I got the Rumble and Frenzy with the Masterpiece knockoff, I don't know what they are, hydraulic fist things. So it fits pretty well on the G1 stuff. There's Ravage in his cage. Here's my jets. The first 3 Seekers, and then the next 3 Seekers, and in the middle right here we got a bunch of original Takara watches. No, I don't think any of them are actually released in the Transformers franchise, because most of these say Chronoform. I know that there were watches similar, but they did say Transformers, but none of mine that I have here say that. And then here's something cool that I decided to do. Of all my combiners, I had to pay homage to the Constructicons. For one thing, Long Haul was the first toy I ever got as a kid, and secondly, he's the most iconic of the combiners. So I had to do this right here. So I have 3 complete sets. So the first row right here, we got the Constructicons in attack vehicle mode with their armaments in there. Second row is the figures in robot mode, and then the third one is the combiner mode. I bought the third-party kit in the background right there for this purpose, to add it on to enhance this figure, but I really like the way the original looks anyway, so I just kept them original and just kept the third-party kit in the back. And then here we got 3 Autobot combiner teams and a knockoff box in the back. This is just for my reflectors since I don't have the box for them. And then here the city robots, and I got Jetfire in the back in the box. I was gonna take him out and display him, but I really like the way it looks in the box. I mean, the whole display, the artwork, and the way it just looks, it's just pretty nice the way it looks packaged. So I just kept him in the box. Box is pretty beat up, but he's in there. It's complete. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is, like, most of my figures do have reproduction labels from Toy Hacks. I just felt like they most of them needed it, so I'm okay with that. And then we go on to the homage to the cartoons and to the animated movie, and this allows me to display some of my stuff that I still have, some modern stuff. So here the Ark and the Nemesis up here, some other stuff. Here's some more figures, third party, Transformers. Here I got a 3D printed Wheeljack in the back. I like that one better than the Hasbro release. And then here we got the decoys. I really wasn't into these for years and years and years until I finally bought the set. I finally somewhat completed it. I got number 1 through 52 with an additional 4 of the red Decepticons, and then I bought a Japanese Laserbeak mold. So now that I have these on hand and I have the set, I mean, they look really, really, I think it's really awesome. Now I can say I have all G1 stuff except decoys. So this first top row right here, it represents the Autobot base with the 86 figures, as you can see right here. I got RC, the coolest of the molds. I mean, this is the coolest mold ever. I got another hand cast buggy in there, and then here I got Daniel and his dad in their exosuits, and then there's Kremzik with some Energon cubes, some of the discs from, I think it's for the Beast War stuff. And then here's some Masterpiece figurines. Autobot 3D printed plate. Looks pretty cool. Mainframe in the back there from the Ark. Got some Masterpiece merchandise, little accessories. I thought it would look cool in here. Some more Masterpiece figures in the front and the Matrix of Leadership. And then I got the RC, the Headmaster one. I had to add her. It was pretty cool. And I got the Medic here, and then the other figure in the back. And then the black, my knockoff figure here represents the death of Optimus Prime with. So I think it looks pretty cool. And then the next row here, we got some, this is the Boss Coffee line of figurines that came out in Japan. I just thought they would look cool if I put them here. And then some 3D printed figures from the animated series. Bunch of cubes. And then the catapult from the animated movie. And then this is the Decepticon base right here with Galvatron and his minions. I got Cyclonus and Scourge in the sweeps in the back with some extra figures. Some more figurines in here. And I got the bot from the cartoon, and then the Ninja Warrior, forgot her name. And again, more stuff in here. In the back, some miniature boxed figurines for these diorama displays. And then here I got my this one represents this one on top represents the Decepticon base, and this one down here represents the planet of Quintessa. And it was pretty cool. I really liked I was able to display my Impossible Toys Quintessons. I love these figures. I bought them from when they first came out, and I always loved them. And this is not all my collection of Impossible Toys figures. This is just whatever could fit in here. I still have the Tetra Jets, I have the mini bots, and a bunch of duplicates of many of these figures here. So I fit in what I could. So Alpha Trion back there, Spike and Spark Plug, right? Energon Cubes. I got the Transbots. And then here's an imagined scene with Retgar and some of the Junkions fighting off a small squad of Sharkticons. Got the Unicron head over there. And here's a couple of figures getting judged by the miniature Quintessons back there from another third-party company. I think it came out pretty well. And then here's that scene from when these guys are fighting off this giant robotic squid, Hot Rod and the other guy. Damn. Sorry, I forgot. There's some more stuff here. I got some droids from that couple episodes, Return of Vector Sigma. But I think it came out pretty well. All right. And then here we got the battling robots, not the Knock 'em Sock 'em. Okay, but this one is complete. No stickers I applied. I have a sheet, but I don't want to add it. Here's some other toys that came out years later. I guess it pays homage to the Battling Robots set here. And here's Primus. And then, so here's my 86 through 88 figures in this display. So here's my monster robots. I meant to put them in the next case over with the rest of the Pretenders, but they just didn't fit. But I figured it just goes real well in this top shelf with all the smaller figurines. And then I got two sets of these guys right here. And I really like the way some of these guys look with they look so fresh with their sticker sheets on it. And here we got the deluxe sticker sheets for the throttle bots. It just makes them look so much better. I try not to get the deluxe stuff, the add-on ones, just try to stick to the original sticker sheets, but I mean, those just came out really well. And then here's the rest of the combiners right here, and then the Predacons, probably the best looking combiner set during that time, even though the Constructicons are my favorite. I can't deny that they really did a good job for the Predacons. And here's the rest of the combiner team. Here's a carded Fizzle in the back there. And so that's the combiners. And then here we got the Master Series. And we got the Targetmasters here, Autobots on the left, Decepticons on the right. Got a few doubles in here. And then here we got the Decepticons. I love these jets right here. And then Scourge and Cyclonus, I got doubles of those guys. Okay, and then in the next row, I have the Headmasters, my absolute favorite of the master sets. I mean, just the whole concept of the head turning into a little robot driver is just, I just love that. And then an extra chrome dome in here. Then the next one, we got the last one of the masters is we got the power masters in here with the row of extra engines, little figurines. They're a lot smaller series, but they're pretty cool. And then here's some extra miscellaneous 87, 88 figures. And then here we got a couple more figures. Six Shot and Skylinks, and then the baddest of the bad, Fortress Maximus. This one is the Hasbro release, and then I ended up getting an extra Encore Master Sword, the large and smaller one, just to kind of complete him. Then Power Master Optimus Prime and Scorponok. Really disappointed with the size. It would have been awesome if it was about the same size as Fortress Maximus, but what can we do? There's some plates here. Transformers. Okay, and then the last of the Hasbro display. On the top, this is just a recent purchase I got. The Play School ones, even though they're not part of the main line of the G1, I just, being a Transformers collector, I just couldn't resist. So I got these figures. There's like 3 versions of each mold to collect. But yeah, once you get a hold of these guys, I mean, you'll see they're really big, really heavy. All right, so this is the last of my Hasbro display cabinet. I really like the way the Pretenders, the Action Masters, and the Micro Masters just fit perfectly, with the exception of the Monster Combiner team, the Pretender Combiners. But yeah, so here we go. We got the Autobots on the top. I don't care what people say. I just love these guys right here. Between my brother and I, we had 2 of these figures growing up. And I just loved these, the whole concept. My only thing was, I wish they would have named them. They would have been 2 different characters. If the shell was one character, the figurine was one character. But okay, so the Autobots on the top right here, and then here. So you see in the background, I got 3 figures in their inner bubbles. That's how I bought them. That's how they've stayed. I've been meaning to buy the boxes for them, but I'm okay with this. They're complete. I'm happy. Some more, and then here we go into the Decepticons, and you'll see I do have extra figures for the classics, Kmart exclusives. Like over here, I got extra Jazz and Grimlock, and where's the other figure? Oh, Bumblebee's down here and carded. And then over here, I have an extra Starscream that represents the Kmart releases of these figures. An extra Kremzik in here. And then here's the more Decepticons. They're really cool. I just really dig these guys. The whole concept of Pretenders. Yeah. Just gotta watch out with some of these figures. They got that gold plastic syndrome. This guy's fist is broken. And then we got the Action Masters, and I'm just a fiend, but I love these guys too. Here on top row, we have the Action Master Autobots with Optimus Prime on the left right here. We got a custom Trailbreaker somebody made years ago, and so I figured I'd add them here. And we got the Decepticons down here. We got Megatron on the left. He has a 3D printed arm cannon. It just fits so well with the figure. And yeah, they had a lot less figures here for the Decepticons, but it's always like that. You always skimp on the Decepticons, on the bad guys. Yeah, so really like these. And then this is one of my favorite sublines right here, the Micromasters. Autobots on the left on both rows and Decepticons on the right. And yeah, I just love the fact that you can just walk around with a pocket full of these little guys, go in at grandma's house and just have a blast, just entertain yourself with these guys. They're just so cool. And then the cool base right here. Right here, I just love this base right here. The way that all these bases and stations can interconnect and interact with each other. Here's my carded Bumblebee down here with some extra Micromasters down here. A few box figures. A couple of them are boxed. And then, okay, so that's the last of my Hasbro. Then we go on to the Japanese stuff. Okay, I had to pause the video real quick, but continuing on my tour of my room, here I got 2 trash cans from Japan, and one of them is filled with some Japanese color, some decoys from Japan. And I got this little cool little tea, I guess little soup cup or something. I seen that it comes with a little cup. There's a set. I don't know if that's all. I'm just missing the cup, and I should be done. And then right now for the figures themselves, so here we got the combiner teams up here. So most of my figures are complete except for about 4 or 5. I'll point them out. These loose ones, most of them don't have boxes, but most of my figures do have boxes. So here we got the combiner teams here. I really love these figures right here. This Dino Corpse. And these were 2 of my almost last figures that I had. The Battle Gaia and Guard City. I actually have 2 sets of Guard City. I have the box for Battle Gaia. I have some bracelets in the back right there for Shurago and Jinrai. Some pictures. Some of the bad guys from the cartoons. All right, here we got Road Caesar. One of the boxes is one of those Japanese reissues. And then here we have my Convoy and Megatron sets. All right, first, I guess I'll start right here. Got my Megatron. This is the Goodbye Megatron. And here is the Starscream that came with this Goodbye Megatron. This is, I guess, it's a special version. There's a slight difference in the mold versus the individual release. And then in the back, I have the regular blue leg Megatron right there. So, and then here we got my convoy. So I got 4 convoys here. My first convoy here, I'll start on the right hand side. This first convoy is a very special version. It's the early version. It's similar to the metal plates version. This one is a metal plates version, and it has the bloated accessories. It has the gray missiles, but the difference is the launcher inside is slightly different. It has a similar launching mechanism as the battle convoy from the Diaclone line, and it has the roller without the prongs. So this is super rare. And then this one is what's known, the second one is known as the VSX version. It's similar to the other convoy here, but this one just doesn't have the metal plates on them, and that's, from my understanding, it's known as the VSX version, the one that came in the super duper rare VSX convoy versus Megatron. The second one is just a standard release. This is a T6 convoy. And then this 4th one, the last one here, is the Goodbye Convoy. My loose set has the blue windows on the chest, and then in the canopy there, the repair droid has also blue windows. I don't know if you could see it. So this one comes with these two down here, Leaguer and Alert. And these are, so this is my loose set. I have complete sets of these. Both of them have doubles. I'll show you in a little bit. Then I got some keychains. They came out in Japan. They got little, I think there's like 12 to collect. I don't know if these came in like gum machines, but they have little images in the back. There's all kinds there. And then I have a couple of, I don't know if this pewter Metroflex, 2 of them. And then here we got my Headmasters. It's kind of tightly packed in here. I got Minelba in her box. I got Ghost Shooter loose. And then I have these 6 standard colored Headmaster Warriors. And then I got 3 of the 6 Headmasters. I got these last year. I'm very happy to have these. They're super rare. I'm just missing 3 of them. I'm missing Loafer, Shuffler, and Toraiza. And then I got my Godmasters in the back there, boxed. The smaller engines individually released. Got some loose Godmasters here in the front. And then here's the Pretenders. I forgot what they're called in Japan. I got some more Godmasters, the Hydra and Buster. Okay. And then here I have my cassette set. I got full set of the Dino cassettes, and then I got 3 loose ones, and then I got some more cassettes in the back. I got Twin Cast, Sound Blaster, and then Browning in the back. I got a loose Stepper. I got Great Shot. I got the loose Spark Dashes. I got 2 complete sets. I got a loose set with a couple extra boxes, and then I got a complete set with the box and the styrofoam. And then there's the other 6 changer, I forgot his name. And then my Pride and Joy in the back there is Art Fire. I just recently completed him this year, and I was really happy. I got all the paperwork, everything, and that's probably my Pride and Joy of my entire collection. And then down here we got the Micromasters. You can see I love the Micromasters. And here, a lot of this stuff is doubles. A lot of the figures in the background, the figures in the foreground here in vehicle mode, they're all doubles. These are actually all the Japanese exclusive molds that came in. They came in various packings with other figures and the VHS set for the Zone cartoon. And I just recently completed this set. It took me about 3 years to complete the doubles here, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. Here's the rare variant of this military patrol, I believe, with the yellow parts, and then my extra sets in the back. And the only ones that are out of the box in this set are the Sky Hyper and the Land Shaker sets. They're the empty boxes. And then I got the micro trailers in the back. I don't know if you could see them. The micro trailers in the back, there was 12 numbered, 1 through 12. And I only have 1 through 10. I'm missing 11 and 12. I got the other ones. Again, these are just loose here. And then here's the box sets. This is a complete Rabbit Crater set with the VHS. So these are all my combiner teams right here, all complete. I think a few are missing instructions, and then another Grail right here is Grandis. It's nearly complete, just missing 1 T-shaped antenna. And then here I got some more down here. I got my box figures. In the back here, I have Black Zarek. This is 100% complete. It's in mint and used with all paperwork. And then this set right here, this is my second Goodbye Convoy set. This is 100% complete in great condition. I bought it just recently, a few months back. It has the super rare poster too. And then something I brought in right now. This is a complete loose set of the Goodbye Megatron set, unused. It's just missing the box, styrofoam, and that poster. But I was able to, I don't know how I was able to find it, but it's 100% complete. So there's a few, there are missing parts, accessories. My grand is missing an antenna. 3 of my 4 Japanese Megatrons are missing various amounts of bullets. And I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go on here. The boxes, like I was saying earlier, 10 of these boxes are empty. The toys are out here in the displays. The rest are all in the boxes. So I'm just gonna show real quick. And then so up here we got big boxes. I put, that's where they could fit. I got my Grand Maximus right here, the God Jinrai gift set, Overlord, and then of course Brave Maximus, the Encore stuff. And there's a converters, a box up there. There's some more reissue of God Jinrai, the US release. And then here's the rest of my Japanese stuff. I got another second VSX. I got a regular standard release Convoy, and then this is my second VSX Convoy was also sold loose. So it's complete. My second, my other Megatron standard, and then some boxes. Ultra Magnus, Raiden, Metal Hawk Diver, and Star Saber Leo, Victory Leo. The Galaxy Shuttle is the Italian version, and I got 2 Land Cross. I got the Zaris, Metro Titan, and this is like one of my only loose sealed sets here. This one right here, Sky Gary, and then I got my Convoy over here, Return of Convoy, and then the empty box for my for Battle Gaia, and then I got the extra set, Guard City, sorry. And then one of my favorite of all the reissue sets was always this one right here. Is just, I love, this is a full complete set of the Transformers collection. I just love this set. I wish they would have continued this. There was only 22 released, and I just love the packaging. I love the attention to detail, the extra accessories that they came with. I just wish they would have continued it. And then the Encore second favorite collection, I got the full set here except the Beast Wars big combo, I think. But I got all the whole complete set with the including the extra the Devastator enemy color. Here's the rest of them right here. And then here's some more repaints here. Some more reissues. Got the Megatron water gun here. I got the G2 reissues of Ultra Magnus and Convoy. And then these are some various Brave repaints that I also collect right here. These are, a lot of these are just doubles of what I have in the display case. These are all complete. And here's some more reissues down here. Some more reissues. I really love this Soundwave versus Blaster SG versions. More repaints. More repaints. I'm only missing a few G2 Japanese exclusive Battle Beast 2 figures. I have them that were repainted. I have them, but they don't fit in this room. All right, and then there's my commemorative. I got all of them just about. They're kind of scattered, the rest of them. Got my retro collection over there. All right, so here we got back right here. We got a Seiji complete Optimus Prime. We got the Tonkinator. We got the Guardian, the repaint of Omega Supreme. Got that DVD. There's a more modern figure DVD set. A more recent, it was released I don't know how many years ago. It's a complete set, but it's those DVDs that came individual. Got the full set. These are the MicroMaster teams here. One of my favorites right here. I love MicroMasters. So this is a complete set of 11 MicroMasters. There was 6 teams that came out, including the Landcross, if you include it, which was part of the MicroMasters this release series. And I have the 5 chase sets. The other thing I have that's very rare are these guys right here. These are the reissues of the Micro Transformer American Rescue set, and they came out in '96. They were reissued, and they came out with a little cardboard poster which is included, and that poster, a puzzle piece, and each puzzle piece corresponded with the type of vehicle that came in the box, so you needed to get all 4 of them. So luckily, though, they were individually, it showed which figure you had outside of the box, because only one MicroMaster figure came out. And that poster, I made a scan of it. It's back there. It's kind of hard to see, but that's part of what the 3/4 of what the poster looks like. The rest is kind of hidden. All right, so, and then I will, and so here's some more vintage Transformer games. Came out during the original run. I think most of these I got from Europe. I don't know if any of these were released in the United States. There are cassettes there for the Spectrum 48, Commodore 64, and other. This is, I guess, 2 different games. I think several of these are just ports of the games. The Battle to Save Earth right here, and then, yeah. So this is the box. So, okay, and then MicroMasters. This is one of the other stuff that I did keep, even though it's more modern, but I just love the fact that these are copies, basically miniaturized versions of the G1 toys, more simplified, of course. But I have the complete set with so many various duplicates. A lot of this is just part of what I have of my collection of World Smarls Transformers, and it does not fit in this room, so I just did a little variety to showcase what was out there. And this is the main line right here. I got all of them, plus doubles, and then there's various accessories from Hero Toys that made accessories for these guys too that were sold individually. And then this is, I love these guys too. This is the these are third-party releases. And I have most of the Dino variants. I think I'm missing 2 sets. And then there's one Kabaya, Fortress Maximus, some Kabaya Optimus Primes in the back. And then this is the Hero toy line. They made so many of them. There's just so many out there to collect. Every time I'm just looking on eBay, I find new variant, new repaint that I didn't know existed. But I kind of stopped a couple years ago. There's so much out there. And besides, I was no way I could display them all. But I got a good selection of variants here. I really love them. I got the last couple that they came out with, the tracks, and then the stepper. And then I got a couple of 3D printed ones I just ended up buying, but I just stopped because even though there's so much out there, there's so many 3D printed high quality stuff that's out there right now with this scale. It's just amazing how good it is, but it's just so much money. I'd just rather put it in other stuff. And then here's the rest of my G1 stuff. So this, let me show you real quick. So this right here is my Latin American. It's a small selection. I knew I wanted a few, at least to complete a few of the lines from Latin America. So at minimum I wanted the Antex from Estrella, from Argentina. So I got the set right here. I got a couple of box figures in the back, packaged. And then definitely I had to get the Estrella from Brazil set. I have the red Bumblebee on its way, but I'm just missing the green bumper, and got all the Saltmen in the back. They're just pretty cool. And then I have a few IGA from Mexico, 3 mini bots, and then the Red Alert. I don't mind getting any more, but I mean, as you can see, space is at a premium. I'll probably eventually, if I do get some stuff, I'll move my world's smallest transformers somewhere else. And then here's the start of the start of the European Australian exclusives right here. These guys right here. And then I got the full complete set, 100% complete. I'm just missing some paperwork, various miscellaneous paperwork. And let me just show you real quick again. Yeah, so it's kind of a little packed in. I don't like how it looks, but I'm just running out of space here. But here's my Action Masters. Autobots on the left, Decepticons on the right. Same thing on the top level. I'm glad I got these some years ago, before the price went up even farther up, like it is nowadays. And then here I got some Sparkle Bots, Sparkle Cons, and then I got a couple. Oops, sorry, blocking your view. I got a couple of customs that somebody sold. I always thought about that. There was the last two remaining that they never released. So someone tried to make some customs of the missing figures in the back there. One is clear; it kind of more matches the plastic, clear plastic theme, but the other one's kind of more dark here, the Decepticon. And then I got two clear versions of the same figures in the back. You could kind of see. And then here I got various duplicates of many of these figures. Here are the Sparkle Bots in the back, the accelerators here, and the combiner teams here. I do have some combiner team accessories that, because these never were released meant to be released as a combiner set, so I got a knockoff. Stole these from a knockoff set to complete the Constructicons, and then I got these. Somebody made from China. Somebody made some customs meant for this set here. Some accessories. They sold it some years ago. Yeah, I guess some of these were released like about 12 years ago. There was some kind of warehouse find in the Philippines. I don't know if some of you guys remember. And they were just, the market was flooded with some of these. I was buying wholesale, selling them off on eBay. Some more packaged stuff right here. And then here's the rest of my boxed stuff in the back right here. March Force, and forgot the name of this one, not Optimus Prime, but something else. But so this is my European exclusives, full complete set, complete, just missing some paperwork. And then missing some mini bots and a couple more. And then, I'm not gonna go through that box, but here's some more stuff. My next G2 display, here's some Japanese car robots. I'm trying to finish off those car robots because there's just so many of them. Here's the Dread Wind Jumper from RID. So here, you might notice these are not actually G2 figures. These are actually knockoffs, custom knockoffs. And my intention here was later this year, hopefully soon, to make more customs. If you notice these paint jobs on these customs here, they're made to represent various artwork that was intended to try to release more of these G1 molds in the G2 line, but then the G2 line was canceled, as you guys know. So I'm trying to probably recreate some of those customs and so to make it look more full for my G1 stuff. And I thought that would be cool. So, and then here's the missing Dinobots that never got released, the Swoop and Sludge. So I try to get some good varieties in there, match the original G2 line. And then here's the beginning of my G2 line, Decepticon Jets. And here's my prized possession of the G2 line. I just recently got this in the back. I don't know. It's my breakdown. That was the convention exclusive, although this one does not have a sticker of either of the conventions it came out in. So I don't know what version it is, but it's all the same. So, it's sealed, and I never thought I'd get it, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just missing the Night Racer from BotCon 95 to kind of complete this stuff. And here's the combiners. Of course, my gold GPS suffering, I think it's Slingshot, I'm sorry. I think that's his name, but the rest of the combiners. And these do have some repro labels, and they did clean up very well. And then here's my G2 Optimus Prime with a BTS 03 Matrix of Leadership add-on kit. Here's some variants of Sea Spray. There's like 2 variants of each, the blue metallic and purple metallic, and mini bots, and then Autobots. And you'll notice these Autobot cars, Jazz, Sideswipe, and Inferno, they do have accessories that did not come out in the G2 line, but did come out in the G1 line. I bought the missiles and missile launchers to more complete the set. And then also my Dinobots, also the G2 stuff did not come with missiles or missile launchers, so I decided to complete them, make them whole. So I bought vintage G1 missile launchers and missiles. So another thing I forgot to mention real quick is my merchandise that I do have here. I got this Korean Optimus Prime G2 watch. I don't know if it's authentic or if it was like a knockoff, but it doesn't have any Hasbro or Takara trademarks on it. But it does have the banner of the G2 line right there in the front. But I've always liked that watch. I just recently got it. Here's my Dairy Queen loose Optimus Prime. Came out, I think, in '92. I also have a sealed one, but it's pretty cool. All right, and then in the back, I do have a Walmart Generation 2 book puzzle. It's small, meant for the kids' meal. One of my boxed Snarl. And then this is the more modern G2 LCD game that came out a few years back. All right. Then here's some more. The rest. Now, so that was, I like the way this setup came out. All my G1 stuff is all together, if you could see. And then the new molds, the new stuff that came out specifically for the G2 line is down here. So here's some laser rods. My Cyberjets are all packaged up. Autobots on the left, Decepticons on the right, some of these Aqua something rotor guys, and then it's the Jets, Sky Scorchers, right? And my Hero Optimus Prime and Hero Megatron. They're back heavy, so I had to put some little support in the back. And here we got my accelerators, and then here we got the GoBots. I have the set, and then there's the 2 variants for the gearhead and the motor mouth that I know of. And then in the back, and the package, instead of the ones that are standing up, the Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Soundwave, those are the Japanese versions, and they have the Japanese sticker. And these are different variants of the figures. They actually have different color, and they have the extra stamping, the similar to the Soundwave GoBot that's on the hood, and all of them have it. So they have a lot of differences. So if you're a completist like me, you're gonna want those. And then this is the rest of my stuff down here. The rest of my laser rod figures, my laser cycles. I do have, this is my Laser Optimus Prime here, and then a belt buckle with the G2 insignia. I don't know if this is original. I don't know if it's custom or something, but I mean. And then I do have a full, complete, sealed G2 Optimus Prime in box. And then I have the loose G2 Optimus Prime's box in the back. And then here's another Korean G2 merchandise. It's a pencil box that transforms from Optimus Prime to some school supply kit type deal. So it's actually pretty cool. Again, I don't know if this is original. And then here's my tank Megatron. It's a huge figure. Kremzik. Then my auto rollers. Laser Optimus Prime's trailer, and the smoke screen, right? The jets here, Dreadwind, sorry. Okay, and that's the G2 line. And then I'll talk about all these things on the top, all the figures. And then here, the next display represents the various repaints and retools that came out throughout the years from early 90s into modern times. And so again, I'm a G2, that was my kind of what I decided to stick to, G2, G1. So I decided to also collect the various reuses of these molds. So up here we got the Balticus, all four teams, all four sets of the Combaticons molds. I think this is the Korean Balticus. There's a difference with the large gun. I think that's kind of tipped off. It's circumcised, I guess. And then this is the US releases right here, Robots in Disguise. And then this is the Walmart exclusive camos. And I did do something extra. There was a kit on Etsy. Some guy sells kits to convert your Combaticon into a launcher. So mine has a launcher that it's similar to the Japanese exclusive. So it's meant to launch the figure. So I bought one for all of my molds, and it's pretty cool. I added it. This was meant for like the Diaclone line, I guess, when it was intended for that. And only the Combaticons in the Japanese line came with that. The Battle Gaia release of the mold did not have that. Okay, here's my Micromaster Combiner reissues, repaints, whatevers. There's the 4 teams loose. I got the European package Constructicons in the back. I do have all 4 teams sealed also. So I really love Micromasters. Here's the Laser Cycle and the remolds, the reuses of the molds throughout the years. This is the G2 Hasbro. This is G2 Japanese. This is the Robots in Disguise Sideways and Axer, which I also have boxed. This is the Microman LED Powers, I believe, figures set that was a Toys R Us exclusive in Japan. And I have this loose set. Doesn't come with the drivers, but I do have a complete set in the box back there. And then and this is similar to the regular release of the LED Powers laser cycles. I have 2 sets, so plus I got a sealed one back there, so you can see. And these are some extra bikes. So then these are my a variety of my GoBot repaints, the Spy Changers. I mean, there's just so much of it, and a lot of it is repackaged. And I have made an effort recently to try to start buying some of that stuff. I only have one set of the Japanese exclusive ones. This is the common set. I think there's 2 more sets that are more rare, but here's some variety. I got the Optimus Prime. Came with one of the movies. I guess it was a repaint of the Spy Changers Optimus Prime, but that one's sealed. You can see down there. Then let me real quick. I do have a complete set of the Tiny Tin set. I have a complete set. Just recently bought it. And again, I'm trying to complete this set right here. I do have the box set coming in. So I'm trying, y'all. Some more stuff. Spy Changers here. Some more reuses of the molds again. This is the first time release for these molds in the Hasbro markets and the US market, sorry. Then King Atlas, some box stuff. I got that sword that came in with I believe this is with this guy right here. It's because it's a repaint of the Master Sword for Fortress Maximus and the Grand Maximus. I had to buy it. It's Optimus Prime, another Optimus Prime. Here's the 2007 figure that came out. It's of course a G2 reuse of the mold, so I had to buy it. There's the Machine Wars. I have the complete Machine Wars line, but I only displayed, because of limited space, I only displayed the ones that were G2 reuses. All right, and then here we have the Pretender shells that came out within the last about 6-7 years ago. We got the first one here is Megatron. This one is a repaint of the Grand Maximus Pretender shell. And then we have the Oil Optimus Prime here, the red gorilla. And then in the back, the gray gorilla is Oil Master. And those two were, they were used, they were prototypes and never came out originally in the G1 line. And then later on, this company decided to rework those prototypes and make a new design for those. And these are double Pretenders. They're pretty cool. And then here we have some Robot Masters. Again, a few of the retooled, reused G2, G1 molds. I have the rest of the ones. These are just the loose ones, but I have the rest up here. Plus a few extras. A lot of the G2 reuses hiding up there. And then here we got some more. The first time Takara reused the Meteor, the micro-change Meteor molds, and they came out in the little boxes right there, and they were part of some I don't know who, it was some cartoon, I forgot the name of it, but they had a lot of mini kits similar in size, and so I guess these went well, so they were released. Now the thing is that these when they were released in '88, they did not come with those weapons or the other ball mount. I had those custom made to match the vintage micro-change lens, which did come with those in their respective colors. I think it was red and black at the time. So they go well. And then some Microman in the back. I like the cassettes. Those are reuses of the vintage micro cassettes that would transform into a helicopter and into a bike. I think that's the only reason why I really liked those, and I put it here. And then here we got some of my older reuses of the G1 molds. The reason I put them at the very bottom is because they're just so heavy, and plus I have some boxes, and I just tend to keep the heavier stuff at the bottom. So here, I guess I could start down here. Yeah, I'll start right here. So this is the Atlas mode mold reuse, and this is the one of two. This was my loose set. I have a complete box set back here, and then these right here are pretty awesome. I just got into these a few years ago, and these guys, they're from the Brave Police J. Decker series. It came out in 1984, and these, if they look familiar to you, the bases, they're the repaints of the Micromaster stations. So that's what they did. They repainted the Micromaster stations and released them for this line. But instead of having repainted the Micromaster figures and given us some more awesome variants, they decided to go with the PVC releases of the figures from the cartoon and from the toy series. So that's what you'll see these 4 boxes that you see right here. These are actually complete. I think one's open, but the other ones are sealed. And I just recently completed the set of 4. But these are my loose ones right here, and they have a few figures that I managed to find. But I did add the Micromaster teams here, and the ones that correspond to the releases in the Hasbro markets and Japanese market. And I figured that way at least there'll be a little bit of Micromaster added to it. So they're pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty rare. I hardly ever find these and see these at online. And here's a few other figures that came out in that line. And then down here is the older figures, the bigger figures that they were used. This is I guess Death Gary, and this is Shadow Maru, and this is Red Geist. I forgot this guy's name. This is I forgot that guy's name, but this one right here is a knockoff. This one I decided to add it here because it went well with the big powered set in Japan for the original G1 line that included Sonic Bomber mold, then Atlas mold. So I figured it would go well right here. So yeah, so this is Death Gary here is one of 3 that I have. I have 2 box sets. I think they're all Korean sets, but I have a bunch of extra stuff. This one, my loose one, is just missing his weapons. And Shadow Maru, this is the second that I have. I have a full box set back here. It's just my loose one, and then the Red Geist. I think this was one of the main bad guys, I believe. And so he only came with the lion breast. He never came with the eagle breast, so I decided to buy it and complete the figure, make him whole. And then the retool of the Galaxy Shuttle right here. And you see the cool little Micromaster that actually came with that knockoff set. Pretty awesome. And then here's some box sets over here. So this down here is Sonic Bomber Repaint. Sorry, I don't remember the names of these Brave Series toys. But one's the Korean and one's the Japanese release, and they're actually have variants. They're actually different from each other and slightly in paint. When you put them together, you'll notice the difference with the yellow and the red. It really stands out. So for you variant chasers out there, and I got a couple extra of these mini collection transformation bases. That's what these things are called. So this is got 2 extra sets, but yeah, pretty awesome here. And then I got and then I have in the back here, I have the Microman base, a rocket base, which is the repaint of the Micromaster's rocket base, and it's like kind of black and gray. Pretty awesome. And then this is the repaint used for the Microman line. Back here, this box here, they reused Optimus Prime's trailer from his Action Master toy and used a part of the series. So again, that's what I like right here. Okay, so this is it. So next, so I already mentioned the Action Masters there, device labels over here, music label stuff up there. And so I'm gonna bring down my Optimus Primes so you guys can see which ones, what kind I have, and then I'll talk about them a little bit more. So this is many of my Optimus Primes that I have repaints and retools of, and up on top here I have my Optimus Prime Pepsi Convoy, and then my Robots in Disguise Pepsi Optimus Prime. I got the 15th anniversary of Convoy. I got the Black Jaff Convoy, the 2002 New Year's special that was the a repaint of the Goodbye Convoy, and came with a repaint of the Action Master Optimus Prime. And then there's the 2012 reissue of Optimus Prime with the the light gray trailer that came with the 25th anniversary. I think it's reissue of Optimus Prime, so it's kind of different. This is a Exile Perfect Year 2008 iPod. This, what is it? The device label Convoy. And then I got the other ones. I got an extra white Convoy, and then I got the colored Convoy, the one with the comes with in the G1 traditional colors. And then I have the 3 Bathing Ape Convoys. And then here's my the new Missing Link Convoy with the mini bots. And then here's Sentinel Prime trailer without trailer, the 25th anniversary Optimus Prime, and then this the most recent one I just got a few days ago, the Supreme Convoy. I'm just a sucker for this stuff. But this is not all. I got stuff scattered throughout. I'll show you some more reissues down here. I got the commemorative edition Optimus Prime down here. But yeah, so this is what stuff like this is what I like. So I'll pause the video again.